guests exclusive access than ever.
When you hear that, what does that do for you?
It stirs the emotions.
Yeah.
You know, it's it's not lost on me.
And what he finds most rewarding about it all. The conversation you'll only see here. Welcome to Prince Harry's mission: life, family, and Invictus Games. Prince Harry back in his element, with Meghan by his side, in the mountains of Whistler, Canada.
My wife, Meghan.
While the cameras here are mainly focused on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, make no mistake, they're not the ones taking center stage.
These guys are the stars of the show.
The couple meeting staff, instructors, and future competitors for the 2025 Invictus Games.
Hi, nice to see you. How are you?
As he officially kicks off the 1 year to go countdown, there's a noticeable glint in Harry's eye.
When you have these moments of connections, you're going around meeting folks, what's it doing for them and what's it doing for you?
I'm the wrong person to ask what it's doing for them, so I can only speak on my behalf. Because I've said it before, it's my fix. Once you leave the military from a uniform standpoint, you never leave the community, and to have the games every other year, but then also be able to do a 1 year to go event as well, is literally my annual fix. To be in amongst this community and have a laugh, have fun, no matter which nation they're from, the banter's the same. I get a lot of energy just from being around these guys.
When Prince Harry walked away from royal life, the most difficult thing, I think, for him was giving up those honorary military appointments, no longer officially representing the military community, because this is a community that he was part of. This is a community that he's credited with saving him. This meant and still means such a huge amount to him. So the fact that he's been able to continue with the Invictus Games is incredibly meaningful for him.
Harry literally jumping in headfirst with skeleton training here at Whistler's Sliding Center and taking me with him.
To make sure that you're nice and relaxed, and then all you have to do is like...
It's like a yoga instructor for the world's scariest yoga.
I just got a little bit nervous.
Everybody, thank you, and welcome to Whistler. We are going to be sliding from Maple Leaf Start. We are going to be doing one run from here, reaching up to 100 kilometers an hour. So Arno's first.
I don't want to speak too soon with the first one. Are you quite competitive?
Sometimes. Depends on what it is.
Yeah. Are you going to... I feel my competitive juices flying. We will.
Good luck, mate.
Good luck.
Then, it was the Duke's turn.
Is it me next?
Yeah, you next.
Oh, God!
Don't make international news, okay?
The games have grown since they began a decade ago with Harry as founding patron, inspired by the U.S. Warrior Games. He brought them first to London.
Welcome to the games. Welcome to Invictus.
Then Orlando, Florida, the promo for which led to some comedy gold from the late Queen Elizabeth.
Message? Yeah, from Michelle. Oh, very amusing. So we like to watch it together?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Hey, Prince Harry, remember when you told us to bring it at the Invictus Games?
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, really? Please.
Boom.
Harry and former First Lady Michelle Obama speaking to our Robin Roberts in 2016 about the making of that video.
How did you approach your grandmother?
Mrs. Obama came to us with a challenge, and I didn't know what to do. And she dragged her husband into it, happened to be the president.
Dragged him into it. And he said, well, if you can get your grandmother to do this, then you can drop the mic.
Yeah.
And
but he said it like this. He said it.
He did.
Sort of, like this. And he was there in my brother's and my sister-in-law's house.
Like
and introduced me to do it like this. I said, you know what? Now that you've you're so confident, I didn't want to have to ask the Queen because I didn't want to back her into a corner. But when I showed her the video and I told her, she was like, right, what do we need to do? Let's do this. You know what I mean? So,
and you can see because she delivered. She's got great timing.
Yeah.
In 2017, the games taking place in Toronto. A special one for Harry. It was where he and Meghan made their public debut, followed by Sydney, The Hague, Dusseldorf.
I'd seen firsthand the transformative power of sport in helping people physically and psychologically recover, and knew that the Invictus Games would change lives, capture hearts, and inspire a generation.
When you see Prince Harry advocating for interacting with the military community at events like Invictus, he is absolutely in his element. You can tell that that's when he's at his best.
It's an environment where he finds people deal with him on the level. He doesn't have to be a prince. He can just be an officer and Harry.
And you as individuals are people of substance, of resilience, of strength, and of heart. You have the heart of Invictus.
The Invictus is Harry's #1 passion project. It's been very successful since its outset. It doesn't come cheap, it costs a lot of money, and he's been able to continue to raise that money throughout this period, which is impressive. But I think there was a degree of jealousy about how well it had gone. I do think that William was surprised how much this had been such a success and how much money was being thrown into it and how many governments were getting involved.
Harry is no longer a working royal. Invictus no longer sits under the umbrella of organisations that the royal family officially are part of, and therefore they haven't mentioned it at all since Harry stepped back as a working royal.
2025 taking place in Whistler and Vancouver. It'll be the first ever Winter Games. More than 500 wounded service members from up to 25 nations will participate in about a dozen events, including alpine skiing and skeleton, the head-first luge. Since leaving the royal family nearly 4 years ago, the Duke and Duchess's every move has made headlines. Harry in particular focus as he continues to battle several British tabloids in the UK courts, recently winning his phone hacking case against the Daily Mirror Group.
This is a mission for him. This is a mission to tackle historical wrongdoing. In his view, he feels like he is overturning a culture and wanting to make sure that wrongdoing doesn't happen again.
The couple rarely returning to the UK. The last time Meghan visited was Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, were last seen in Windsor in June of 2022 for the late Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee.
I think, unfortunately for the king, there's really no relationship between the king and his grandchildren because he hasn't had an opportunity to forge that relationship. Some might say that he should have made more of an effort and reached out. I know he spends a lot of time when he gets the chance with William's children, George, Charlotte and Louis, and I'm sure he'd spend as much time if he could if Harry and Meghan were based in England, but they're not. So I just don't think there is any particular bond between them.
But Harry telling me about receiving a phone call that could change all that.
How did you get the news that the king was ill?
I spoke to him.
And what did you do next?
I jumped on a plane and went to go and see him as soon as I could.
When we return, more of our exclusive interview with Prince Harry, what he says about his father's health and their relationship now. Welcome back to Prince Harry's mission, life, family, and Invictus Games. On February 5th, Buckingham Palace announcing King Charles had been diagnosed with cancer. Harry speaking about it for the first time.
How was that visit for you emotionally?
Look, I love my family. The fact that I was able to get on a plane and go and see him and spend any time with him, I'm grateful for that.
What's sort of your outlook on his health?
You had to mumble and stutter your way through that? Are you kidding me?
That stays between me and him.
The palace not publicly divulging the type or stage of the king's cancer. Prince Harry's visit brief, reportedly spending about 45 minutes with his father in London before flying back home to California the following day.
I have no knowledge of what conversation took place between Harry and his father. A lot of conjectures happen that he's offered to help and come back to royal duties if needed. But there's no way that could happen, not at this moment.
Why is William's face on here?
Time, I think those bridges are burnt and there's cinders on the floor.
It's a royal relationship that's been rocky ever since Harry publicly aired his grievances in his memoir, Spare.
You mean the lies? The lies the American government just called out?
And that explosive Netflix documentary.
They were happy to lie to protect my brother. They were never willing to tell the truth to protect us.
I wasn't being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves.
Prince Harry sat down with our Michael Strahan last year and spoke candidly about his strained relationship with his family, especially his brother, William.
You refer to your brother as your beloved brother and arch nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
Strong words.
There has always been this competition between us. weirdly.
No, it's between you. It's you. It's all you.
Again, I think it really plays into, or is played by, the heir spare. And the British press's part in that, right? They pitched the Waleses, right, of which Kate and William are now, against the Sussexes, me and my wife. They always pitched us against each other. They pitched Kate and Meghan against each other.
So when they pitched them against each other, do you think that it made them kind of go against each other?
Yeah, I mean, without question.
How would your mom feel about your relationship with your
Ashamed.
brother now?
I think she would be sad. I think she'd be looking at it long term, to know that there are certain things that we need to go through to be able to heal the relationship.
Are you dining on your mother now, Harry? Are you out dining on your mother, like you said John was?
I think she would be heartbroken that it's ended up where it's ended up. I think she'd be heartbroken about the fact that William, his office, were part of these stories. And William...
She'd be heartbroken at Netflix. She'd be heartbroken at this. She'd be heartbroken at Spare.
I made a pact, made a deal that no matter what, we would never let our offices fight against each other.
You think he broke that pact?
Yes, no, the people that he employed broke that pact.
Do you think you have any responsibility in the breakdown of the relationship?
Yes.
Without question, I'm sure. But what people don't know is the efforts that I've gone to resolve this privately, both with my brother and with my father.
Is there a part of you that can see you and your family going back to the UK, becoming working royals with the monarchy?
I don't think it's ever going to be possible. I don't think that, even if there was an agreement or an arrangement between me and my family, there is that third party that is going to do everything they can to make sure that that isn't possible. Not stopping us from necessarily going back, but making it unsurvivable. And that's really sad, because that is essentially breaking the relationship between us. There was something in the future where, we can continue to support the Commonwealth, then that's, of course, on the table.
On Harry's recent trip to visit his father after that cancer news, William made it publicly clear he had no plans to meet with him.
I thought it was really interesting, not just that William didn't want to see Harry when he came over to the UK, but he was happy for people to know that he had no plans to see.
He didn't have to tell me. No carrier pigeon came to my house to tell me that William did not want to meet with his nasty little brother. Are you kidding me? And where was the proclamation? Did he put it in the Sunday Times? Because I missed that.
I think that says a lot about how significant those hostilities still are.
But Harry tells me he sees a way his father's illness could bring the family back together.
An illness in the family can have a galvanizing or sort of reunifying effect for a family. Does that...
Not after this.
Well, in this case?
Yeah, I'm sure. Throughout all these families, I see it on a day-to-day basis. The strength of the family unit coming together. So, I think any illness, any sickness brings families together.
No, not when you want to talk about it.
I see it time and time again, and that makes me very happy.
Just physically being in California, how have you processed the fact that there's so much happening back with your family where you come from?
I have my own family, right? So as we all do.
So you didn't process it. You just, it's all about me. What about me? Don't you see me?
Right. So, my family and my life in California is as it is. I've got other trips planned that would take me through the UK or back to the UK. So, I'll stop in and see my family as much as I can.
Now that the king is stepping back to undergo treatment, he's leaving some of the royal work up to the rest of his family. And with Kate, the Princess of Wales, recovering from abdominal surgery,
Catherine. Her name is Catherine.
The monarchy is slimmed down.
Those are two huge key players that are no longer out there flying the flag representing the monarchy. It also puts a lot of pressure on Prince William, the future king, to be out there, to be visible, at a time when actually this is a really difficult time for him personally as well. I do think when Harry and Meghan stepped back, although there were huge resentments between Harry and William at the time and there was a lot of bitterness, I do think that one of the things that was perhaps difficult for William was knowing that with Harry and Meghan gone, with them no longer performing royal duties, there was a lot more onus, a lot more pressure on him and his family. And
Duh. I mean, duh. Hello. Jesus
that
Christ.
very much in action now.
The two brothers, once thought to be so close, now divided by a physical and figurative ocean, with Harry forging his path in America.
How are you enjoying your time living in the US?
It's amazing. I love every single day.
Do you feel American?
Do I feel American? No, I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
Would you think about becoming a citizen?
I have considered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd have to give up those titles. You would be Harry Mountbatten Windsor. You would not be Harry Sussex. I don't care about any legal changes. It would, Jesus.
What would stop you from doing it?
I have no idea.
A title.
I'm here standing next to this with these guys, and the American citizenship is a thought that has crossed my mind, but certainly not something that's a high priority for me right now.
How's Harry the dad?
How's what?
How's Harry the dad?
I can't tell you. That's classified.
How's what? How's what? I gotta see that again.
I have considered it.
Yeah. What would stop you from doing it?
I have no idea. I'm here standing next to this with these guys, and the American citizenship is a thought that has crossed my mind, but certainly not something that's a high priority for me right now.
How's Harry the dad?
How's what?
How's Harry the dad?
I can't tell you. That's classified.
Okay. It's top secret?
It's top secret.
Really?
Yeah, the kids,
Making lunches.
the kids are doing great. The kids are growing up like all kids do. Very.
Then why don't we have brand new pictures, Harry? Where are the brand new pictures? You have no problem. There's two children right there. You have no problem showing their faces right there. Why can't we see new pictures, Harold? Where are the new pictures, Harold?
Fast. They both got an incredible sense of humor and, make us laugh and keep us.
That looks a lot like Hartford. My God, she looks just like Hartford. It's amazing.
Every single day, like most kids do. So, I'm just very grateful to be a dad.
Aside from Invictus, what's keeping you busy when you're out of the house?
Everything.
Yeah?
Everything in the house, everything outside the house. The mission continues, and every element of the work continues. And before you know it, February next year, this time in a year's time, we're going to be right here doing all this again. Hopefully you'll be here. And we're going to have the whole of Whistler and hopefully the whole of Canada screaming these guys on for an epic games.
More with Prince Harry on Invictus Games when we return. Welcome back to Prince Harry's mission, life, family, and Invictus Games.
You mean his mission to destroy William? Prince Harry's mission to destroy William.
On the skeleton track, Harry hitting a top speed of 99 kilometers or 61 miles per hour, making it safely to the finish with Meghan cheering him on.
How was it? How was that?
99 kilometers.
99?
Yeah, pretty good.
That was awesome. I can't imagine I was going there. Oh, man. That was awesome. Good. I'll do it again. There's so much faster than you think you're going. Then everything just becomes blur.
Yeah. Got that ring in there. We got to show the ring.
Here's a corner.
Look at me, I've got the ring back on.
I can see where I'm going. He's coming to an end and he's taking down. Dum, 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 dum.
I just went by the end and I saw you just hitting the sides.
Good. Lovely.
Well done.
Then, my turn.
What about the Invictus people?
Good luck, man.
It's the Will and Harry show.
Yeah, you did it. Right on.
You had 99, I had 98. But we just lost to Tony, who hit 100.
Oh, Tony hit 100.
Yeah, coming down now on the green package. I kept smacking my face on the ground.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. Did you?
The second half was close.
I felt like I was sledding, going on a sleigh ride.
Tony! Well done.
I forgot to put my feet, I could hear them yelling, feet down at the beginning, and then I
I locked into position.
Did the helmet touch? Did you touch the ice?
Yes, I did.
I didn't think I did. I think I was so surprised in the last 2 quarters of everything that was going on. I don't know where my head was.
It seems to matter so much to you. Where do you get the desire to be so involved in helping other people?
But for me, I've always had a life of service, and then joining the military. Once you've become that part of that community, especially for me for 10 years, I get my fix being part of with these guys. There's no version of me coming here, watching them and not getting involved myself.
Getting involved is what Harry does best. From trying out wheelchair curling with Canadian crooner Michael Bublé to hitting the slopes during an adaptive sit-ski demonstration.
This is Peacemaker. Hi, Peacemaker.
We met competitors like Peacemaker from Nigeria, who used this preview as a chance to get used to the slopes.
Peacemaker, what time did you get here today?
Yeah, it was like 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. And it's now...
It's...
half
The
past 3.
lifts are closed, man. We gotta...
Are you excited to have Team Nigeria up here?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
Then there are instructors like Alex, a Paralympic skier.
What does it mean to you to be able to teach these guys skiing, adaptive skiing for the first time?
It's normalizing a bit of a hidden world of disabilities. The more people that know about what we do, the better.
It's proving to people that this is possible no matter what your disability is.
For so many service members, these games are about finding meaning after devastating loss.
Why do the Invictus Games need to exist?
The Invictus Games gives you purpose again, something to train for, something to look forward to. For me, it doesn't matter whether I win a medal or not. What matters is putting in the time to train, just to compete and, have that camaraderie with other service members and, build that family.
With the help of a phone to translate, we saw that firsthand with this Ukrainian competitor.
What brought you here to Whistler?
I am here to help my brothers who are currently wounded in Ukrainian hospitals.
When you hear that, what does that do for you?
It stirs the emotions.
Yeah.
It's it's not lost on me. It's not lost on any of us. The thousands of Ukrainians that are being injured now.
Harry says what's most significant to him is the meaning the games bring to everyone involved.
It's not just about the individual.
Right.
Everyone pays a lot of attention, rightly so, to the person who's been injured. So once that person gets injured, actually the whole family gets injured because their lives are changed, turned upside down forever.
100%.
You've got to provide the resources and the opportunities and the platform for them to be able to heal themselves, because they heal themselves and the whole family heals. So to me, that is without doubt the most rewarding piece to all of this.